Welcome back to Poems and Stones, everybody. This week we're going to be revisiting some of the warmer times that we've had on the farm with our bee operation. So not only do we produce great quality fruit here at Cherokee and on the Poems and Stones channel, but we also have our very own apiary company called Cherry Bee Inc., which is ran by our beekeeper Travis. And so this video we're going to go back to all the great times we've had working with the bees this year on the channel, and that goes with pollinating, where we put the boxes out into the orchard, as well as the entire honey extraction process, where we actually take the combs, run them through the machines, and you can see that golden honey starting to flow. Toward the end of the video here, you could stay tuned for an update from Travis, who's down in Florida getting ready to put bees on semis and send them all the way out to California, where they will begin the almond pollination process coming up here in the next few weeks.
You know, we say a busy bee is a happy bee. And there's plenty to work around here, so hopefully they don't mind us visiting them too much. Nice little single colony here, and they're busy. Ow. That'll happen. Hi, my name is Travis. I am the operations coordinator here at Cherry Bee, which is the pollination sector for Cherokee Farms. I've been here almost 6 years. We had about 100 hives when I started, and we're teetering on a couple thousand right now, and that's kind of our magic number to cover the acreage that the cherry farm has for cherries and apples currently, which is a pretty solid number.
Bloom and pollination are underway. We're on day 4 of 4, which might potentially turn into day 5 of putting bees out in the morning. Usually we like to do it at 3 or 4 in the morning while it's cool, it's dark out. Everyone's happy, bees are happy, keeps us from getting stung too much. Today's a little different story. We got bees showed up at about 9 a.m. Nothing but sunshine out today, and about 60 degrees right now in the morning. And boy, are we paying for it. These ladies are not happy that we're moving them around right now.
Kind of see what we got here. They're all palletized, and there's 4 colonies on each pallet. Some colonies are a little bit bigger, so they get a second box, and then when we make honey we stack them even taller. These smaller colonies here usually have between 10 and 20,000 bees in each hive. The bigger ones get 30,000, and then when they get real tall with the honey supers, you might see as many as 60,000 bees, worker bees in a colony.
After the bees are out in the orchard, it's always so much fun to see those bees flying around from tree to tree, blossom to blossom, making sure that all of our trees on the farm across all of our acres have the ability to bear the most fruit as possible.
After we do the cherries, we spread them out into honey yards and produce honey, and annually we make about 100,000 pounds of honey and take them to the south for the winter and out west for almond pollination and get them back to our primary goal of making sure that the cherries are well pollinated here in northern Michigan in the spring.
At Cherokee, not only do we depend on these bees for their honey production, also we depend on the honeybees to pollinate all of our cherries and apples.
One bee will visit almost between, depending on the the situation, between 5,000 and 10,000 flowers in one day. If the flight conditions are good, they can get busy during the day. They'll visit many flowers and turn them into cherries for us.
Nasty work, pero sometimes it's okay. Okay, it's good job.
Our bees at Cherry Bee are very well traveled. They go from here in Michigan, then they go down to Florida where they assist in the pollination of citrus, as well as then we prepare them to be sent out to California where they do almond pollination as well, and we've also had some sent to Wisconsin to help with cranberries. So the migration of bees is hugely important to help with the health of the bees and to help grow the hives and keep them strong.
Hey, what's up, guys? So when we pull the honey off the bees, we put it in this heat room, which is essentially just an old refrigerated trailer that we put baseboard heat and some fans in. We get it about 100 to 105 degrees so the honey flows out of the comb really easy. And we got a few straggler bees back there. You can probably see a few, but it kind of helps to put them in here with the light to get any other ones out of the comb. And we'll take it to the uncapper from here. Scrape the top and bottom bars here. It goes over to this uncapper. We'll get some footage in a minute. It goes under through here. Get loaded into this radial spinner. It spins out. Everything runs into this floor tank. It comes down the pipes from the two spinners right here. That pumps all the honey and all the wax through what we call a heat exchange. And it's an oil bath that heats the honey up to about 90 degrees and the wax. Everything runs into this wax separator made by Cook & Beals, and it separates the honey and wax. And just to make you dizzy, all the honey comes through here and spin around. We go up the wall to these giant clarifying tanks over here. Pardon the mess. And from here we let it sit. Anti-gravity does what it does, and the wax, anything extra rises to the top, and we draw the honey into barrels off the bottom.
So what happens here? What's going on?
These are clarifying tanks. Essentially, they're just old dairy bulk tanks, and we just emptied them. But what you see here is just foam from bits of wax, and some of the air bubbles in the honey creates foam. And when we fill this, it'll all rise to the top. And like I said earlier, we'll draw it all off the bottom here, where it's nice and clear and clean.
¿Qué pasa, my friend?
Sabe todo. They work in the bees.
How much does this hold?
88 frames, and the box is 9 frames, and we usually get about 45 pounds of honey out of the box. So what do you do with the wax? So the wax gets rendered into blocks, and we sell it in bulk amounts, usually about 35-pound blocks. It'll all go into a big barrel, 55-gallon barrel, and then go into a rendering oven. And what little bit of honey is left in this will get rendered out. Any other impurifications you get cooked out, sold as bulk wax. Once it's all rendered into 35-pound blocks, we sell it in bulk. But what's tough about wax is it takes a colony of bees 7 pounds of honey to make 1 pound of wax. So there's a lot of work that goes into one of these blocks. So after honey season's over, everything gets stored and fanned. The bees go to Florida, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty decent honey year, better than I expected. Probably make about 100 to 120 barrels of honey, which is right about the average we've been seeing. So all good, and Florida bound hopefully by October.
The migration of the bees from one state to another to help pollinate different crops is hugely important to the success of agriculture here in the United States. Without honeybees, almost none of that would be possible, or it would be much less successful. So now I'm going to hand it over to Travis, where he's going to give us another update about what's going on in Florida right now as they're preparing to send bees to California, which involves a lot of processes that have to go on. We have to take care of the pallets, we have to get the pallets cleaned, we have to get some plastic down on the ground, because we have to have a great inspection in order to get the bees into California. So he's going to go over that entire process, and we'll show you some clips of them doing all of those things.
What's up, fellow farm fans? Travis here, Cherry Bee. Just making a quick update on what we've been up to here. Shipping bees to California means we got to clean them all up, make them spotless. And that means power washing the migratory pallets, which is the 4-way clip pallets that the bees sit on. And hand cleaning all these pallets, making sure that there's no debris, no ants specifically, no fire ants, no bull ants, no bagworms and other foreign stuff like that. It's still a little cold today, so they're not quite flying too much, thankfully. But what we got here is a whole semi-load of bees. And we're going to do the spam test. Spam test is just leave a piece of spam. If ants show up, then we got a problem.
So my hope is after this video, you've learned a little bit more about how our operation here at Cherokee uses honeybees in order to successfully set our crops here on the farm, as well as honeybees' importance in agriculture throughout the country. A huge shout out to Travis. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day when you're down there working all those bees to send in that content of what you guys are doing down there. YouTube wants you guys to watch this video next. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help support the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.